Yeah, greetings. Elder Black right here. We talking about enough with Umar Johnson and the con community, aka conscious community, black conscious community. I mean, everybody doing a video on Umar Johnson. They get a lot of hits. They get a lot of. They rack up some numbers talking about Umar Johnson. If it ain't Omar, they talking about the one of the other Khan brothers, Poppy and Sinetta. They dominating really the YouTube market. I want to talk about some deep stuff and about some strategies and direction that the black man gonna take. Every day on the Advice Show, Brother Phil showing how a black man or a black woman got abused by the system. And some of it be tragic, some of it be heartbreaking and whatever. And every time he does this, it exposes the unjust system that we living in, especially towards black people. And we've been, ever since I was a young man, we have been talking about the abuse that Americans have always displayed towards. But we have some important issues that Uncle Sam has done to us that outweighs Umar Johnson. I mean, they actually, United States just is taking money from us, taking it under force, under distress. They're taking money from us because if we don't pay the taxes, you go to jail. If you don't pay your property taxes, you lose your house. If you don't pay your car insurance or your license, or if you don't have no license, car insurance, and license plates or whatever, you can't drive on the street. Uh, it says you own the car, but you have to register the car, so you never own it. It's a whole lot of stuff that's not quite right. The majority of laws is unjust that's here in America. And we also covered this Constitution. We're covering it, you know, talking about, how we really wasn't included in this. And the laws really don't apply to us, because we're not really Americans. And everybody refer to themselves as African Americans. The majority of black people don't want to change their name to reflect who they are in reality. And those that do change their name, they make up some name that sound African, but they really could be saying a bird squatting their face. They don't know what they talking about, you know what I'm saying? They make up some deep names, man. Supposed to sound kind of African, but it may be. But how do they know it mean what they want it to be? It could mean anything, Because, we don't really research nothing, and Seems like we got a short attention span. So this makes it more easier for us to get played on in the court system. Like, for example, Trayvon Martin. Uh, that was an insult, man. The Trayvon Martin murder trial was an insult. And he supposed to have some attorneys out there. Them black attorneys that represented Trayvon Martin. You could tell they stupid. All black attorneys are stupid because if they read this Constitution, they would follow the money trail all the way to the Rothschilds and the Rothschilds gang and the Pope and all them. Oh, that's a con, man. All of it's a con. But if a few people speak up and say it's a con, they may come up missing. I mean, because look, man, when Kennedy, I don't know how many of y'all studied the assassination of Kennedy, but it's leading to some mafia type stuff. Check this out, man. They going around these countries. They done toppled Iraq. They done might as well say Palestine. You know, they out in the cold, out of the country. They killed Gaddafi, and you know now they want to deal with Venezuela, and you know some gangster like you know mob stuff is how they base their government upon. But in order for them to make this work, is they got to have an inside man, and the inside man got to be either the top man or somebody close to the top, you know, and they pull the strings, and that's how they overthrow a country, man. That happens in countries, that happens in organizations and families. No matter what, it's always going to be a Judas or whatever that buys them, that'll buy them off. And this is why on this YouTube, the con game is so prevalent towards black people, because if you notice, when the black conscious movement started off, it started off powerful. And then when that money got to circulating, you know, then that's when it, you know, something happened. You know, somebody threw some SHIT in the game. I would, you know, say the word, but they might shut me down for that because of how I'm talking. So I don't want them to shut me down, you know, because they know I'm talking some deep stuff. But right now I ain't got no numbers because everybody rather be off into that nonsense. Now, the difference between Uncle Sam's con and the black con movement, a black con community, is that no one twisted your arm to give your money. They just talk good, and the key word is the black talk. They want talking black talk, and all y'all see the injustices being on the black man, and y'all hoping these brothers are strong and would do you some good. And the Uncle Sam, the U.S. government, if you don't bow down and will do what they do, they got the guns and a thousand ways to make you disappear, you know. So you're scared on that accord. So you rather talk about Umar Johnson and like the dope man in the neighborhood. Like, you don't want to say nothing about him because the dope man will kill you quicker than you could bat an eye if you cause them some trouble. And you better not snitch, you know, or you're going to end up in the ditch. So, hey, what you going to do, you know? But you got some young brothers out there that's brave enough, and I don't know how committed they are, because once that money start coming in, you know, they might sell out, you know. It always happens like that, man. I don't care. It happens to the best, you know, to the strongest organization. Uh, Elijah Muhammad, you know, he built up a strong army of black men, went up against the mafia, went up against the police force. You know, if they would have kept on growing, they could have been strong enough to go up against the military. But some sellout niggas somewhere, you know, Negroes, excuse me, uh, sold out, and it is what it is, you know. So this is why we can't unite. This is why we we might not never get reparations, because y'all gonna keep voting. Donald Trump done showed y'all that voting wasn't no good. He showed you that. He showed you, he said, I don't pay taxes. And they questioned him on it, and they said, you don't pay taxes. He said, I think that's smart. And he showed you that voting is rigged, because they got all these, they start with the work trying to fix them in place for the 2020 election. They trying to, you know, show that it's uncorrupt for the 2020 election. So, you know that's game, though. Y'all gonna think they done fixed it, and y'all gonna try to vote Trump out of there. He ain't going. Trump's slick, man. Trump is slick. He's slicking it than than grease lightning, man. He's slick. So we're gonna get on out of here. And I got something I want to say about the neighborhoods and these young brothers, gangs and stuff shooting up each other, and our black women. So we're gonna come back with a part 3. You know, enough of the BS. Let's get serious, man. Black light.